Hi everyone. Today let's set up Pubsub Emulator as a container on Docker. We're doing this on Windows. Same thing can be done on Linux and Mac operating systems. So we're gonna need a couple of things, including Python dependencies, and Docker. We don't want to go to Google Cloud Console to set up Pubsub. You want to do it on your local machine. This is the video you can watch, and we also are gonna use Python to set up our client that will publish our messages to a topic on PubSub. Okay, so to get started, we're gonna need to install Docker Desktop. If you have done that already, good. You already have Docker Desktop. But if you do not have Docker Desktop, or you don't know what it is, this is the URL for you. You can go to this URL and get more information or install Docker. So if we go to this URL, we'll find more information about Docker. And next, we're going to create a Docker Compose file. So create a file, name it Docker Compose, and save it as a YAML file. And luckily for us, I have already created this file. So what are the contents of this file? In this file, you're going to specify a container name. This can be any name at all. You can call it Pubsub Emulator, or you can call it Spring Listener Pubsub Emulator. It doesn't matter. What matters is the image. Now on Docker Hub, there are some images that we can see. This is one of the images, and because we need Pubsub Emulator, this is the image that we would use. This one is important. And also we have to set up the port that we will use on our system. So internally the port is 8681, and the external port we'll be exposing is 18681. I did this just in case there's some services using 8681 on my system. You can actually choose to remove one and make it 8681. All right, so also important is our environments for this container. So first one is the PubSub project. It doesn't have to be an actual project on Google Cloud Console or Google Cloud itself. It can be any project, any ID you decide to give your project. So comma, then the topic. You want to set up a topic when you set up this container. You can put that in here. You want to set up a subscription. This is topic, project, topic, subscription. That's the format of this. So this is exactly how it goes. And also you want to set up a host. If you don't do this, you might think it's going to interact with Google Cloud, but we're interacting on our local system. So this is what tells it to be based on the local system. All right, so that's Docker Compose. And next, we're going to start the container. So we just created a container, we'll start it. And to do that, we open command prompt from the same location as where our file Docker Compose lives, and then we run this command Docker Compose up. So where is our file? This is the file. It's just on the root of this directory. So if we open this one, that's the root. So we can actually we can copy and paste this command here, and our container should be created. Okay, so looking here, it created a network. Now it's created a container, and also it created a topic, and it created a subscription. To verify that, we can look at Docker Docker Desktop installed on my local. So here's running at port 1861. Just started, and yeah, that's that. Okay, so next we have to install Python. Python is also required to create the clients that will be publishing messages to PubSub. So we're going to use Python to write the logic. Okay, you might have Python installed, but if you don't, you head over to this URL, you will see how to install Python. So here we have download Python. Okay, so that's that. Next, we're going to have to install the Python dependencies that we need to create this client, and we need two of them. We need Google PubSub, and this version we also need Avro because Python, PubSub is dependent on this. Python is depends on these. Um, so next, how do we do that? We create a text file and add these two dependencies on separate lines. So that file will be called requirements.txt, and then add both requirements on different lines. When we do that, we save it as text file and then open command prompt again from the same directory where this text file lives, and we run python -m pipe install -r requirements.txt. So to do that, you can go here, paste this, and install it. I have already installed it, so I didn't need to install it the second time. And one thing to note is that this command might vary if you're running Python 3. So there's a different, I didn't get the command. I would probably paste it in the comment section. Okay, now next, we have to set or export a system environment variable. So when we are publishing using this the port that we exposed our PubSub on, we tell our command prompt that that's where we want to publish. So if we just run this on any command line, okay, so PubSub is running here, we can run this here. So what this command does is that it sets an environment variable. So if you type env, if you press command and type env, we should be able to see how to edit the environment variables. So on this dialog called system properties, when you click environment variables, you will see Pubsub Emulator host. So I created this manually by clicking new and adding the variable name Pubsub Emulator host and the variable value localhost 18681. This is the second alternative. If you don't want to run this command, you come here and create it in your system variables. But if you run this command, then you don't have to create the environment variables manually. But note that if you're running this command, if you open up a new console, you have to always run this command each time. But if you create it as a system environment variable, then you don't have to run this command each time. Okay, so next we're going to create a file called pubsub.py, a Python file. So what this Python file would have is that it's the logic that will enable us to interact with the emulator. This is the file. So in here, we have logic to list the topics, to create a topic, to list the subscriptions, to create a subscription, to receive messages, that is subscribe, and to publish messages, which is also published. And just to show you a little bit of how to write this. So this is all in Python, written all in Python. This is a Python script. You need to import some dependencies as well. I'm gonna put this file in. I'm gonna put a link to the GitHub repository where this file is hosted, so you can have a copy of it. Okay, so we're not gonna focus on how to write this right now, but our focus is actually how to use this file to list the topics on our PubSub emulator the container we just created. Also to list the subscriptions, to create topics, and do all that's in here. So let's move forward. Next, let's verify our topic was created. And to do that, we're going to run one of the commands. That is, so one of the commands from here is list topics from our pubsub.py. So we have list topics here, and that's exactly what this command would do. So if we run So I have /python here because this file is contained in a directory called Python. So if we run pubsub.py, this is the project name that we set up when we were setting up. This is the project name, setting up the emulator, and then the command is list topics. So when we press enter, it should give us a list of the topics that have been created on the emulator. So just one. Okay, now let's verify our subscription was created. We will use list subscriptions, which is this one. Okay, let's run this. Let's see. Yeah, our email subscription was created. Our email topic was created also. So here, when we were setting it up, we mentioned an email topic, we mentioned an email subscription topic. Okay, next, subscribe. Let's subscribe to the email subscription. So we would be using this receive messages. So for that, let's copy the command email subscription, and we can do it here. Just paste that. Okay, so now we have subscribed to this email subscription listening. So on another console, we are going to go to the same directory, which is Python, and we are going to publish message on topic email, the topic we just created. So we copy this, and what this one is doing is it's calling publish, and we want to publish to a topic, say, called email. So here we also have a publish messages. Now what this is doing is it's publishing a specific type of message. I didn't create this to take dynamic message, but I already have the record here that I am publishing. So we will keep it at that for this until when I actually make more additions and create how we can dynamically choose what we're publishing rather than publishing the same type of message each time. So when we paste this here, it's going to publish a message. So it published a message, and it didn't print the message it published, but when we go to our subscriber, you can see that the message was received, and it will show you the data that was received. Okay, now let's move forward. Let's create a second topic called test using this command, create topic. Okay, let's do that by running this command. So the only topic we have right now is email, and then we're creating another topic called test. And yep, created topic. Let's create a second subscription called test sub. Means that now we should have also 2 subscriptions. Okay, it says topic test push config subscription created. Now let's find out, we should have 2 topics and 2 subscriptions. So the first, okay, let's run the same commands again, which is verify topic was created by listing all topics. Run this one. Okay, there was pubsub error, unrecognized arguments. Okay, I didn't copy. let me do that again. Sorry. Something went wrong there. Okay, now everything is fine. So it has email and it has text. Now, if we try to list all the subscriptions, we should also have two of them in there. Good, we have two of them. So that is that on this PubSub emulator, how you can set it up using a Docker Compose file by creating the container and also creating this PubSub publisher client that you can use to interact. Remember, you have to install the requirements and yeah, follow all these instructions and you should be good to go. Also, if you need more information on PubSub itself, the PubSub emulator, you can follow this link and you should be able to, yeah, it's the same as this link, should give you more information as what you are supposed to do. Okay, so that's this for this video. Next, I'm going to be creating a video on how we can use Spring Listener to consume the messages from PubSub. So right now what we're doing is still consuming it in a console. But if we actually want to create an app that would take whatever is on PubSub and process it and probably send an email. So I'm going to be creating a Spring Boot app, and in that Spring Boot app, the Spring Listener is going to be running and it will be listening to PubSub emulator that's been that is running, and we can interact with it. So thank you for watching, and give a like and subscribe as well. Thank you.